Hi, everybody. How's your weekend starting off? I hope everyone is well. What a busy day it has been. I wasn't expecting it at all. Started off very early this morning or late last night, one of the two, when we got the call saying that, hey, we got to square this land away if you want it. If you want it, we got to go down to the counselor's office and we got to talk about it. Actually, this has only been going on for like 3 or 4 days. That's all. Things happen quickly when they happen, which isn't very often, right? So I made a little bit of joke about it, didn't I? I made a little funny in the video saying that, yeah, things really happen fast in the Philippines. Not. So when they do work out, it's like a miracle, right? Right, Rosie? Rosie's here. Glinda. Jessa is here. Viana Cañas is here. Anime Reyes. Jalen, welcome. Are you prepared to win some money today? I think you are. Madeline Reyes in the house. Mawelma is here. Mawelma, how are you? What'd you cook up for tonight? I like the refried beans and the tortillas. RD Vlog is here. God Repairs is very close by in a spiritual way. Perry Shaylee is here. Claire. The moment I met you, I swear. How are you? I think I covered just about everybody so far. Oh, Moo is here. John Avery. Don Armando Robles. Let me see. What is that all about? Welcome in. Who else? Griselda, Chrissy Mama. Mom, she dang, ran into her a couple times today. How is everybody? Let me go to the chat here on my phone so I could give people a jacket. Let me see. For some reason, I can't pull it up. Oh, ads. I don't want to skip them. That would be bad. I want to pay myself, right? Do you get paid if you watch your own ads? Does anybody really know? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? Lorraine Pajares is here. I don't know how things are going to work out because we've been having brownouts, and brownouts aren't that great. Brownouts are just interfere with your life. And then we're too lazy to go over there and fire up the generator, and I made a big deal about the generator. Alien Cruise Official is here. Mike married to a beautiful woman. It's a raid by Glinda. Yay! I like raids. I have to restart my phone. It's a raid by Glinda. You hear that? You know what? The Oppo phone, that's the only thing that I really dislike about it is the way you have to restart it and how you end up hitting the volume control. So if you got the new Oppo doohickey here, right? One of the latest phones, I can't stand it. I can't stand it just because of that switch. They're trying to make a real thin phone, and they did a great job. For the most part, I like it. But then, there's always something, Do you ever notice that I'm never satisfied? I always got to gripe about something. Anyway, I will take care of the issuing of the jacket later. 21 million people in the house. Nicole Farr, thank you so much for sharing me out at the last minute. Minnie Snow's here. What do you know? That means that your mommy can't be that far behind. I'll bet she's close by. Right? Prissy Manzanero is here. Hello, Prissy. How are you today? I hope your weekend's starting out fine. Charam is here. 24 million people in the house. We're going to be drawing for GCASH today. Yay! I got to get one of them sound machines, one of them sound cards. I probably will. John is here. John Ray, what do you say? I haven't seen John Ray in a moment. Nicole, instead, Helium. What number are you again on the periodic table? Never mind. Why do I keep saying that? Why do I keep asking that? Anyway, I think I saw it in one of those YouTube videos. Mr. Science. Who's here? How do you say that name? Feli? Sideria. I know I'm butchering it. Let me go find me on the phone here real quick. I restarted it because even the cell phone freezes, and I'm sure it's all about me not pushing the right button. I'm almost positive. Let's see, where am I going? My own live stream. My own live stream. WIN Cash. WIN GCASH tonight. 35 views so far. Is this the correct live stream, I wonder? Okay, if you guys can let me know why it doesn't allow me to click on my own video. Oh, there it is. Ads are running. That would be great. I keep doing the same thing wrong over and over again. And then now it's not showing me my chat. It won't show my chat button. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we'll just kill this. I have no idea what's going on with this thing. But if you guys can help me out, help figure out why it doesn't allow me to watch my own show. Oh, there it goes. Now it just fired up. So there's a jacket for somebody. Add as moderator, standard moderator. Everybody gets a jacket when they come to Dan's channel. Maybe not everybody. One or two people have been rude to me in the past, and I just put them in timeout, never to be seen or heard from again, which always irritates them. They usually find some kind of way to get a hold of me to tell me how upset they are with me. They call me bad names. Marianne's here. Who else is here? Did I see Mike saying hello to Tim? Is Tim in the house? Where's Tim? Tim Deziak is here. Hey, I want to thank you guys for your support. Again, you know, the numbers are running pretty high in my short videos. They're getting a lot of attention. I really appreciate that. I am an attention monger, I guess you would call me. And so I like it when that happens. Don't you? Don't you like it when that happens? In fact, even the snack food video is doing okay. It all of a sudden took off. And I know, Annie, it's probably because of you. It's probably because a high roller shared it out on their Facebook page and it started to go viral. So we're going to be playing the contest in a minute. So I just wanted to talk about this land deal that we did today. So what ended up happening is that you know that I have the Spidey sense, right? And so the Spidey sensors went off, and this happened about Monday or Tuesday. The Spidey sensors went off, and I started running around the house going, "Hey, Frank," I was talking to Frank, father-in-law, and I was saying, "Frank, did you ever get a hold of the owner of the property next door so we could find out if they'll sell it to us?" Because every time I've mentioned it, I met the owners there one day, and they were telling me about this beautiful house that they were going to build. Well, the wife was anyway. But the husband gave me sort of the look, the knowing glance, like, I don't like this lot. I really don't like this lot. You know, he's giving me that look. He didn't say anything in front of his wife. He was giving me the stare, you know, like the, I don't like this lot. And so the reason why it's kind of small, you know, it's only got 200 square meters, which if you're an expat, a lot of expats like to build monuments to themselves, kind of like what I'm about ready to do. So they build these monuments to themselves, and I think one reason why it happens is because we're unable to do it in the States. Most of us aren't millionaires, and that's what it would take in order to build the kind of house that you could build here in the Philippines. The equivalent Western style house would cost you $1 million to build it, especially from where I came from, Sacramento, California. And so that's why expats, when they come here, they start building houses, huge mansions and things like that. to the sky, before they even get to know the lay of the land. As a matter of fact, and then they vacate them. Once they decide that moving to the Philippines wasn't such a great idea, and then they abandon the house and they spend years and years trying to sell it for what they got in it. And oftentimes they hardly ever get the price back on what they spent on the house. That's just a factoid. I mean, well, it may not be a factoid, but it's the way that I view it factually. Anyway, so it's kind of strange. So this is, I'm into building a modest house, because I'm a modest kind of guy. But when people come by the house, they've said, well, it is a Western style home. And obviously they could tell that you're not from here, like some of nobody here in the chat, but like Mel has been here visiting, and Des and a few other people, that we know that live close by have visited here. And yeah, so I can understand. But it's very, very modest when you compare it to Western standards. So anyway, I've been wanting the lot next door, right? We've both been wanting the lot next door. And the reason is we don't know. One reason could be that we simply wanted to figure out a way to build another structure there where we could shade this structure, where we could shade it, grow a row of trees that throw some shade over the current house. But another reason would be that we have business interests, that I like this idea of building another house, a rental house, for another family to live in. I just like this idea. I always have. And you can't really do it in the United States because, like I said, unless you're rich, it's cost prohibitive. You would never be able to get it done. And so but here in the Philippines, dens and mengay, it can become a reality. For example, the cost of a lot in the United States, one that I was looking at next door to my house in Sacramento, was going for crazy money, and it was a smaller lot than this one here. So it was probably less than 200 square meters, and he wanted something like $150,000 or $200,000 for it. Rona is here. Hi, Rona. How's your weekend starting out? So you can't afford to do it, let alone build on it. To build on it, you would have to encumber the property and go to the bank and beg them for money. And the banks aren't loaning any money there. And so it's crazy talk for me to even share this idea with you that we'd ever get to the point where we could build a house in the United States, a brand new one. And also, by the way, I think people that buy brand new houses or have them built in the States are pretty much nuts, I am not that guy. But I'm one to build a simple house here in the Philippines. Thanks is here. Hi, thanks. And so that's what our intent is. Now, some of you know that that's what our intent has been for a long time because I talk about it a lot. And I have the picture on the wall, right? There's the map of the Philippines. There's the house. See, it's a simple house. See, that's been up there for the longest time. And so, Claire, it's in a spot where I have to view it every time I come into this office because I've learned something over my 68 years of life. And that is that no one wants to build a house in the States, Tim. Yeah, I have no urge to do that. I was just pointing out that financially it's an impossible dream. So, but it's not impossible to do it here. And that's what we intend to do. We're going to build a second one. And that is going to be the investment property. And that will be for Minnie when I'm no longer around to make sure she has, guaranteed income. I want to make sure that she thrives, not only survives, but she thrives when it's my turn to leave this planet. And so in order to do that, you have to dream the dream. And one way you dream the dream is you have to post little sticky notes everywhere. You have to stick them on the wall, stick them on the mirror in the bathroom. You put pictures of the house that you want to build on your wall. Yes, you have to visualize it. You visualize it, and you remind yourself that you're worthy of this coming to pass. And so what ended up happening was, so I sent Frank out. Frank, because I knew Frank had a relationship of some kind of friendship with the prior owner of the property, and everybody's related to each other. So this property must have been sold to a relative. And so Frank goes and he says, yeah, they want to talk to you. And I go, we went over to their house and we discovered that people that own it is his daughter who lives in the States. And they not only were interested in selling it, but had a couple of bids on the property. And so I was like, I wasn't shocked, because I knew that something was going on, because my spidey senses were telling me that something was going on. And so this is the universe saying, oh, something's going on. You better go find out. And so we ended up over there 2 nights in a row until we cut a deal. We almost didn't get it. And the reason why is because we were too little too late. We were too little too late. Offers have already been made, and they even sort of made a commitment. Now, whether the person that they committed the property to, would have been able to come up with the cash and get everything in order would be, would have been left to be seen. And so no one really knows. Yanarina's here. Ramel Guapo in the house. I mean, it remains to be seen. But they went with us. And so we were over there settling up the paperwork today at the attorney's office, and everything went smoothly. Now, I know that you guys have heard horror stories about titles. One that comes to mind, Aileen Cruz, is the gal that has her channel name is called Rebeauty. So Rebeauty lives in Sikihor, right? And Sikihor, she bought some land, and then when she had it surveyed, they said, hey, that ain't the land that you bought. You bought this land over here in a ditch. Yeah, listen, I'm laughing, but it's very, very sad, because what you do is you survey prior to making the offer on the property, and you survey prior to any transaction or exchange of money taking place. You make sure that you do your what's called due diligence, that you know who the owner is or the owners, who the heirs are, who could ruin your life by coming out of the woodwork. And on this piece of property, when we did the due diligence, it came out as clean of a deal as you'd ever find in the Philippines. And when I told my friends that, they're like looking at me, sneering at me. Hey, why? Why do you have all the good luck, Dan? I'm living in a nightmare. I'm never going to get my money back, and things like that. And it happens all the time. It happens all the time. But it just so happens on this particular deal, there are no serious roadblocks to us starting to build on this land. And so the biggest problem facing us right now is, yes. So, the bottom line is we own it now. So now I wouldn't have posted the video if it wasn't a done deal, right? And so the transfer has already occurred. We just have a little bit of cleanup to do in the next couple of days with the paperwork, Monday probably. But after that, after we get down to the BIR and pay the TAX, where they have tax on the land, we're all done, right? Once we pay the tax, they know they have a new name on the property for tax purposes, and we're done. By the way, to transfer property and other things, capital gains, well, you make your own luck, right, Tim? I try to do that. I haven't always been successful and lucky. I have had quite a few failures, but I think that's what brings me to where we're at today, at 68 years of age. So anywho, we have to go down to the BIR, and I don't know if you guys know this or not. I may have talked about it 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 times, but you have inheritance tax, you have a transfer of property tax, and you have annual tax on this thing that amount to, each category is a 6% tax. So we have to go down and we have to cough up after everything, paying for the attorney, paying for the survey, paying for our deed professional who works the deeds and does all that research. After paying all those people, which was not inexpensive, then you have to go down and pay the tax at the BIR. And then you could start the title transfer process. No, it's not as simple as it is in the United States. I almost wasn't going to go there, right? It takes a bit of ingenuity. You have to know how to do it. So if you have never failed, it means you've never done anything. That's right. And I like sitting on my ass, Tim, to be quite frank with you. You wouldn't want me to lie, would you? But Tim's right. If you're just hanging around, you're not going to get any experience. But I have also learned to call on the people that I trust to come to my assistance, right? To help with everything. So anyway, we're going to go full speed ahead with this. So now I have brother-in-law Joe who's going to be asking his friends, who we could find to either backfill this or level this. I just realized that you can't really, my idea that I was talking about before it's all gone. I started talking about, I really don't want to backfill it. I just want to put pylons in and start building a house, right? Easy enough to say, right? But doing it, not so much. And so it is going to entail a little bit of work, like we had to do on this house. I realized after they cleared all the brush away, because it's all bare land now, there's still a few trees, like a banana tree, beautiful banana tree. Nobody wants to cut it down. It actually bears fruit. I'm eating a banana right now that's off that tree. Well, anyway, Mangay, it looks like we're going to have to backfill this land. And so at first I was thinking, oh man, I want to go full speed. Girly Senna's here. I want to go in there and, rent a backhoe and LV, 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 LV. You're number one, not number two. Don't ever change. I have so much fun. Larice is here. Hi, Larice. Girly Santa, thanks for coming. 38 million people in the house. So the whole thing is nah, you can't see. This comes with experience, right? No matter what I say, right, the realization sets in that it cannot be done that way, right? It cannot. You have to backfill this land, and you have to go over to the heavy-duty equipment rental place. If you want to do this quickly, you just have 5 or 6 truckloads of what they call fill dirt. But I don't think you guys use that term here. It's soil, right? We call it fill dirt in the States, but it's soil. You got to backfill every crack and crevice with soil, and then make sure that it is patted down, that's compacted. And that requires machinery. So you can get a whole bunch of 15 and 16-year-old boys to do it, and a few girls if you want. But you most likely will need the heavy-duty equipment. Once you shovel everything into where you need it to go, then you're going to have to step up your game, and you need to get heavy equipment in there to make sure that it's level. You might need even a laser or two, LV Rose. And then you compact it using that tractor or the backhoe or the tractor, whatever you're going to use, right? Bulldozer, a small one because it's small land. And then once you're done leveling it and compacting it, then you could decide what you're going to do with it, how you're going to build it, right? And so that's what we have to start off with doing first. And I know that soil, unless people are trying to dump it, and they'll bring it to your land for free because they got no place to put it. That's what we'll start off doing by putting a Facebook post up there. Tata's here. We'll be saying, soil needed for fill. And then hopefully people will, bring it. Yeah, you need a big plate compactor. Yeah, we're going to have to. And we found one. We found one in Ormoc, but we're talking about heavy equipment that has to go an hour from Ormoc to Bye City where we live. You have to make your way down the pathway without cracking the cement. It's really a big pain in the butt. Who's here? Who's here? Jerry is here. Fiona Cañas hanging in there with us. Mike married. We use gravel to level out. Yeah, well, we'll use fill dirt, compact the fill dirt, and then the last couple layers will be first river rock and then gravel. So you come in there with river rock, and then river rock is expensive. See, this is why I want to use soil, because soil is cheap. Soil can be free, and so we're going to try that route first. We want it to be good, clean fill dirt. Right, soil that Tim's recommending here. There he is, right there. It needs to be good, clean fill, and so hopefully we'll get a good response when we put the word out there in the neighborhood. I don't know if this will work, Larice. Do you think it will? I think there are a lot of people that have a lot of projects going on that need to get rid of dirt, and so Jerry says here we call it tierra de reneo. So. Yeah, you got to get nice, clean fill and then compact it. And then if you need to come up higher than that fill dirt allows, then you need to come in with river rock, medium-sized river rock. And then the last layer is going to be gravel. And that's how we did this house. If you look around, on videos on this house, then yes, it's all, you'll see the gravel. Folks, we have thousands of pounds of gravel here, and believe it or not, thousands of dollars on this lot. Because I had to do it right. I said I might as well do it right. So I channeled this so that this property drains correctly. So that means we have deep channels that are filled up with gravel, and then underneath the gravel it has the plastic liner, so that, what's it called, with the holes in it? What's it called, Mike? Anyway, so that it properly can drain, and so we put a lot of money and work into it. I don't know if it's going to help or not. It should help, right, Mike? It should help. So then after that, we can decide what we're going to do. And I'm excited because we're going to go to Cebu. We're going to take a look at some prefabbed homes that I like. And then we have a couple over here down the street that invited us over to take a look at their project that they have going on. And I was very impressed. So they're building onto their house. They're building a separate in-law unit. And this thing already has the concrete foundation and everything. So I missed them pouring that part. I did see perforated drainage tile, yes. I did see them moving a lot of sand and rock and gravel around, right? And I meant to get over there sooner, but we got over there today, and guess what we found? They poured a concrete pad, and it is perfectly level. And I looked over it, and I saw the metal studs, and I started getting really excited. I went, whoa, those guys are building that place. I've thought about using metal studs on our project, so let's go ahead and keep an eye on them. And I talked to the owner. They said, come on over and videotape it for YouTube. Come over and videotape it. They're going to show you how to frame. But better than that, they would be the guys that you would hire to do your project, right? They would be the ones that are right there. They know what they're doing. And so I don't mind learning about how to frame, but I'm a 68-year-old man. Who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? Right, Jerry? I like to learn how to do it so I can supervise other people doing it. So I'm going to go over there, and of course I'm going to learn. My main objective is to learn and to videotape it to show you folks how to do it in case you ever want to build a house this way. And then I'm going to hire them. And so I'm going to move fast. I'm going to move fast because things are falling in place. Oh, I don't know where the money's coming from to do this. Buying the land was expensive enough. Yeah, that's what I want to do because it's just, folks, it goes, houses like this go up really fast. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know some of you are in the construction trade, but it just drives me crazy to see somebody using hollow block and then afterwards rendering it. You know, I'm sitting there, it's like, for crying out loud. You know, you're sitting there watching them render it, Cheney. You're sitting there watching them render it, and you're like, ah, 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 as they're doing this, thank, thank, thank. Video the job and upload it, then hire them at a discount because of the free advertising. Yeah, so this framing probably is only like a 2 or 3 day job, Tim. That's what I'm thinking. It's only probably about a 2 or 3 day job because you don't have very much. It's an in-law. It's an in-law unit, you know, and it's cute. It's cute. They have a cute house to begin with, but it's a brilliant idea. I love it. I just love it. You know, I'm so excited about it. I can hardly wait. I want money to come tomorrow. I want Monday to come right now so I can go over there and I could start videotaping it. And so I could hire them and say, when you're done with this job, I got something for you guys to do. And they do the concrete work and everything. They can do the whole thing. I just need to get to work on leveling this land. And I don't want to spend a month on it. I don't. I want to spend 1 week. I want to spend 7 days at the most. Get this thing level, right, Griselda? Get it level. Let's get this land so it's usable space. I've seen performed cement panels used. They're going to use, I'm not sure what they're going to use, but I know what I've thought about using. I know it's going to sound weird, right? But I did some research. Marine wood works just fine, and so does Hardy Flex. It works just fine. And I now know how to insulate it thanks to Mike Joe Buena Vista Dreaming, who was here for a couple of weeks, and we talked about a lot of stuff. He was here for a couple of months. Now he's back in Vallejo. So Mike and Cora, his wife, they're planning on building a house in Buena Vista, and I think we did a live stream on that. And he's got challenges. I mean, he does because he's in the hill country. But he's a hillbilly. That's where he wants to be, you know. So what are you going to do? I'm a flatlander. Flatlander? Oh, I don't mean that flat. But I am a flatlander, city boy. And then he's a country boy. You know, he likes the sound of chickens laying eggs and things like that. Man, I'm getting, we had to get on with the first game here, right? So we've got 3 people to give prizes to of 333. And I got the cards here in front of me. And so you know how this game works. I think you guys do. Before we start drawing, I just want to say that we're sponsoring giveaways. You know how I feel about giveaways, right? Pay yourself first, then give the rest away. And so you're not going to hurt my feelings. But here's who we're sponsoring for the month of May. We've got Glenda, I believe. Glenda, are you there? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I send you money? We have LV Rose, LV Rose. We have Pinky Gray. I don't think Pink is here. Pink's probably live right now. We got Pinky Gray. And I'm adding one more, right? I'm adding Larice. I don't know if I sent you money yet, Larice, or not, but I will be. Can you private chat me? What do you call it? Messenger me and let me know if it's okay that I sponsor for your May giveaway. And so all these exciting things are happening. And by the way, after the these people that I'm sponsoring that I just mentioned, I'd love to sponsor everybody, but I'm tapped out. As you can imagine, tapped out. We just bought this land. You know, there goes my retirement. Actually, actually, there goes our retirement, not mine. And then there goes the medical defense fund. And so now we have to build it up again because this deal happened really fast. And we were running down to the bank to grab the money. All the money we had that we had to rob the medical defense fund in order to pay for this land. Yeah. It would have taken a couple of days to get the money here from the States. We would have done it. But the deal would have been gone. You got to do what you got to do. You have to do what you got to do. And we did. Yes, indeed, Larice. So we'll do something there. Don't get all excited, though, Larice. It ain't really going to be that much. Oh, it's Crystal's here. The amazing, beautiful Crystal, the mother of 12 children, and Hop, the one-legged chicken. Mark, her handsome husband, who works hard as an engineer for the family with love. Marianne is here. Claire, the moment I met you, I swear. Every time I see that name. Listen, do not go look for the lyrics. They're weird, okay? They make me feel weird. That's why I don't sing the song. Here's don't go look up the lyrics. They're just weird. They make me feel very uncomfortable. All right. I have shoveled these cards to death. We're going to do the first game. The first game means that when I put start in the chat, in the comment section here, you will have until I say stop to pick a number between 1 and 25. I'm pulling them out of the shuffle deck, and I'm setting the one in the middle aside. Larice is killing me. Larice is making me laugh. Don't peek. I just pulled the card out of the center deck. Do not peek. Dan, do not quit your day job. Hey, I was I was a barroom singer at one time. I know it's hard to believe. Yes, Dan, it's very hard to believe. It's the smoking. It's the years of smoking ruined my voice. You can tell I have a cold, right, Tim? All right, I put the card aside. Now, you only get one guess. That's one. It doesn't matter if it's your name, your channel name, Marianne. It doesn't matter if it's your ninja channel, your regular channel, your mother's channel. It doesn't matter. One guess per person, right? A number between 1 and 25. And then we'll go look in the chat. Actually, you're going to do it. And you will tell me who won. If we had a winner, the first person to guess the number that I pulled out of the center deck, right? The first person to put it in the chat in order, you know? It's not complicated. In fact, it's more complicated just trying to explain it to you, right? All right, I'm going to my phone. I'm going to enter start. Pick a number between 1 and 25. When you see start appear in the chat under my name or next to my name. Are you ready? Start now. And I mean now. All right. Looks good. So if there's 36 people in the house, that means there are 36 guesses. One more, one less. All right. Now I'm about ready to enter stop, which means the guessing will be over in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Let's see if we have a winner. Let me take a swig of this. This iced tea. Can you tell it's iced tea? Here we go. The winner is, bam, in your face. Number 4, in your face. Number 4, do we have a winner? I'm going to wait for you guys to survey. I'm going to wait for you guys to take a look to see if we have a winning number 4. Let's see. Let me go look on my phone. Let me go look on my phone. Helium. Helium. It's bourbon and water. No, it's not bourbon and water today. Helium's the winner. Congratulations. You have won 333 pesos. But here's the thing. I worked too hard to chase you down, Helium. So I want you to send me your GCASH number to my messenger. Please, even though you might think I have it, do not trust Dan. Send it in the chat right now. And now that you won, you stand down. You're a winner. That means you're out. You're going to let the others get a chance to win. And so you're a winner. Yay. Everybody say yay. Congratulations, Helium. Yeah. Congratulations. And we're all happy for you for winning with the number 4. So you're out for the next 2. And now here's the beautiful thing. Oh, it's Mel. Mel, how's the kidling? Are you still in the hospital is she still in the hospital getting treatment? All right. I hope she's feeling better. She looks a little bit better. Her color looks good, you know. I'd just like to say that number 4 is also out of the deck. Number 4 is also out. So you have cards with 1 to 25 in there, but not the number 4. So number 4 is out of play. All right. I know you appreciate that. Megan Gomez is here. Megan, I've been watching your Facebook page. Where are you? Are you on vacation in where? Europe, Spain, Moldavia? Are you in Turkey? Where are you? Hopefully on Monday we go back home. Oh, good. Good. She looked a little bit perkier today. She did. Megan, where are you? You on vacation in Europe someplace? Are you in Italy? I'm just curious. I know people travel. I know people, a couple of you, you're in New Zealand. A couple of you have foreigner husbands, foreigner boyfriends, and you're traveling all over the place. You know, you're traveling. That's great, Megan. New Zealand is beautiful. Sure is. Oh, you're waiting for the lab results. Okay. Well, I'm going to be praying for you, Mel, that everything works out. Your baby looks good. I mean, she's not happy. She's not happy that she's plugged into that thing. I know that. You could tell that. You know, like she's like, yeah. But you know, the mere fact that she could do that, you know, is a positive thing. You know, that she's moving around. She's not lethargic. Is that the word I'm looking for? She's not lethargic like she was before. Tim, she just said she's doing better. Hopefully they're going to go home on Monday. All right. God repairs. Glad you're here today. We need a little repairing. All right, so here we go. I shuffle the cards again. And yeah, she's not weak anymore. She's recovering. So, man, I'm telling you, Mel, I'm going to tell you something. You did the right thing at the right time. I just want to commend you for that. It was very, very scary. You know, it was very scary what happened. But you did the right thing. You're a mommy. You did the right thing. You got to protect your baby. Oh, by the way, Megan, I just picked up some New Zealand butter. For some reason, I love New Zealand butter. It just has a very, how should I say this? Buttery taste. It's very buttery, you know. It's not like the fake American cow butter, you know. Crystal's Adventures here. Where's Mark? Where's Mark, Crystals? All right. So now, round 2 at 46 minutes and 21 seconds into this live stream. Round 2. I'm pulling the card out of the center of the deck and setting it aside. It has been done. Don't peek. Don't peek. Don't peek. I saw you peeking, Tim. Don't peek. Yeah, it's real butter, not fake butter. It's buttery. I have it on my popcorn. It's creamy butter. I have set the card aside from the middle of the deck. When I put guess. No, what do I put in there? When I put start in the chat, you may start guessing the number that you think that I pulled off and set aside over here to the right. I'm entering start now. Good luck to everybody. 46 million people in the house. Helium was the first winner of the night. Who will be number 2? Will it be you? You. Where's my camera? Will it be you? You may start guessing as soon as you see start appear next to the Dan and Minnie's Journey moniker. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're taking off, taking off, taking off. Do, 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 do. Don't you like the sound effects? 50 million people in here. I will give a couple more seconds before putting the stop guessing order in the comment section. You shall stop guessing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right. The time for guessing is over. The time for winning is here. Let's see if anyone won this round. Round number 2. What is the winning number? It is, bam, number 12, 12, 12. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. That's for the losers. Now, do we have a winner? Do we have a winner with number 12? Who's saying Yahoo? Who's saying Yahoo? Nicole Instead family. That's my favorite family. No, that's one of my favorite families. You're in the top 10. You're in the top 10 of my favorite families. Yahoo! Nicole Instead family are winners with this winning number, which was number 12. Number 12 is the winner, Nicole Instead. Okay. So now number 12 comes out of the final round, as well as Nicole Instead family. They're out of play also. You're welcome. Of course you're welcome. Where are you here? Where are you here? Why can't I highlight you? Why can I not highlight you? Oh, there you are. A beautiful family indeed. A beautiful family. I've seen them on TV. So I know. See, a few people have criticized me. They don't think that I lurk, around everybody's YouTube channel. But I do. I do lurk. I lurk quite often. I've got nothing better to do. I'm retired. And so I'll be in your Facebook page. I'll be looking in YouTube. I have the clicker going through the channels. Never fear. Never fear. Dan is there in the background. In the BG. Dan is there in the background. I hope I get some sleep tonight. Yeah. All the stuff going on, made me very restless. And so I didn't get much sleep last night. But now that the deal is cemented and the money has changed hands and we have receipts and signed contracts and paperwork and blueprints and everything, it's all good, right? I'm sure I'll fall asleep quickly. All right. So I'm grabbing from the middle of the deck, the center of the deck of 25 cards. I'm grabbing the card and setting it off to the right. Out of play are the numbers 4 and 12. They're no longer in play because they're winners. And also out of play are Helium and Nicole Instead family, who are winners as well. So we're down to the last 333. And I know for a fact that that's all I got in my wallet today. I know for a fact that I can't do an extra game tonight. Wait. Don't nobody leave so fast. As soon as I said that, boop, it dropped. No, I'm just kidding. Hang around for the last game. You might be pleasantly surprised. All right, so here we go. At 51:56 into the live stream. That's what StreamYard is telling me anyway. When you see start appear in the chat, you may start guessing, but only take one guess. And don't guess the number 4 or 12. Pick a number between 1 and 25 that is not a 4 or 12 because they're not in play anymore. They're sitting in a different stack over here, the winner's circle. Are you ready? Here we go. When you see it appear, you may start guessing at will. But don't wait till the last minute because I have an itchy trigger finger on this last one. I most certainly do. Don't know why. All right. 49 million people or 50 people in the house. I'm getting ready to enter the stop guessing command. I know it was fast. I spelled it out. I'm going to enter it into the comment section. Get your final guess in if you haven't already guessed. But you only get one guess. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it goes. There it goes, the stop command. Cindy B's here. Kim is here. Miro is here. Where have you all been? Where have you all been? All right, well, it's good to see you. Let's see if we have a winner. Let's see if we have a winner. So I've set the best for last. Yeah, the best for last is here. Let's see if we have a winner. It is lucky number 13. Lucky number 13? It's 13. So it was 4, 12, and now it's 13. Do we have a winner today at number 13? Who's saying yay? Who's saying yay? Anna May? Anna May? You're the winner with number 13? Haven't you won like 3 weeks in a row? That is it. It's winning. It's the winning number is 13. I think you've won a few times. I think you've won a few times this month. Oh my gosh. Why even play the game? I'll just send you a check in the mail. That's Anna May is the winner with number 13. Just a little disclaimer. Any disputes that may have occurred during the program here, we can settle them out of court. But so far, I haven't had any disputes. You know, since we went to the simple format here, everything's been going pretty smoothly, you know? So I appreciate that. I appreciate that it runs so nicely. But I've been thinking about increasing this to 50 cards, 50 numbers. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. It just would make it more interesting now. I mean, we've got this whole thing down with the 25 cards. And so I'm going to think about it. Maybe next week, for next week's giveaway, we may have a surprise. We may change things up a little bit. Ma'am Minnie, are you here? Ma'am Minnie. Let me see if she's here. I doubt that she could even hear me because I'm behind like 4 steel doors. Come on here and say hello to everybody. Proud new property owner. Come on in here and say hello to everybody. They want to see your smiling face. Hi. Hi. They want to see the proud new property owner.
Hi guys.
There she is. Right here. Well, you have Mel, whose daughter's doing better. You have Rona. You have Moelma. You've got Nicole. You have Yenna Renas here. Jerry from South Texas already vlogged. Just about everybody showed up today. Mike Married is here from Mike, are you still in the Philippines? Crystal's Adventure, Viana Kanyas, LV, Megan from New Zealand, Jaylene is here, Den's Vlogs, and Rona season, everybody. They're winners. Folks, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out with us. See ya. We're out.